Hello and welcome to today's class. First of all, you guys have done a great job with your continuous chapter tests. 95 to 98% of you have appeared on the test on time and done really well. There are a few students who need some improvements to be done. I have spoken to them directly, and if there is someone else who needs some specific help, please get in touch with me. Today, I'll quickly take you through the chapter test questions, the correct answers, because it's necessary for the assessment to be complete once you prepare for it. Once you prepare for the test and then you know the correct answers, know your mistakes, so that because this is a formative assessment, which means this exam is done not to give marks to you, but to help know your mistakes so that you, in the actual exam, which is the summative assessment, you can perform really well. So the first test was on the topic, the last lesson. What was the mood of the class when Monsieur Hamel gave his French lesson? The correct answer you will see on this side of the screen. It's the mood of the class was somber. All the other options are obviously wrong. Next one was, what had the narrator counted to enter the school unnoticed? This question has been, he was really hoping that no one would notice that I'll walk in. Option number C, on the usual hustle and bustle that was usually there before the school began. All right. I've tried to put in some really unexpected responses. He was a short boy and hoped he could crawl into his class. These are some of the telltale clues for you that this response is wrong. If it looks very preposterous, sometimes very impossible, you should know it's wrong. What a thunderclap these words were to me. All right, which were the words? Option D. There will be no more French lessons in his school. What was exceptional about Monsieur Hamel dress that day? Number B, he was wearing a beautiful green coat and an embroidered black silk cap. Option C, he was wearing a sarong. If you know what a sarong is, it's actually an Indonesian traditional cloth. The Indian version of a sarong is the lungi that people wear almost in the northern and the eastern parts, right? And even down south, they also have a version of the sarong. So obviously, a Frenchman would not never wear a sarong. You should Google up sarong. It's really funny. What change was there in Francis' attitude? The change was number A. He gained an unusual respect for both the language and his teacher. What did Monsieur Hamel tell them about the French language? Option D, it was beautiful, the clearest language, most logical. Right? If you look at the other options, they are slightly preposterous, like French toasts, French windows. Obviously, they have nothing to do with the chapter. Why did Franz think of running away from the school that day? Option C, it was a warm, bright, sunny day outside, and additionally, he had to prepare for the test. I'm sure many of you have this experience when you really want to do something better than appear for the test. What did Franz see when he was crossing the town hall? Option A, large crowd gathered in front of the bulletin board. Well, an ice cream van had come way back in the 1800s. An ice cream van, ice cream was not invented the way we know today. So I hope you also check out the other options, responses. Yes. Who did Franz see sitting in the end of the class? Option C, the former mayor, postmaster, old hosier. If you see, the other options are very similar, right? These are some of the trick questions which tests your observational skills, right? Please note that these kind of questions are also a part of your entrance exams in the future, and if you plan for the any of the civils exams, they are very important. Even for the civil services exams, they're important. For the the IELTS, the SATs, the SATs, they're important. These kind of tricky questions, so you really need to know specifically. Option C is the correct answer. So the only difference is minister here and old Hoser, old Gabriel. Anyways, what were the village elders sitting at? Why were the village elders sitting? Obviously, number D, they came to pay respect, right? Okay, they didn't come to observe Monsieur Hamel's class quality. It was not an inspection. Much later in the story, Sahib. Now we move on to the last spring. 10 questions, 10 questions, 10 questions. Last spring, much later, Sahib started to work in a tea stall. What was his feeling? Questions. Option C was sad to lose his liberty and not being his own master anymore. Next one, why had the Rakhikas of Simapuri leave their farmlands in Bangladesh and moved to live there? Option A, storms similar to Cyclone Amphan. This is a current affairs trivia. Whatever happened in Amphan, you may know or you may not know, the highest amount of destruction was in the parts of India and Bangladesh where people live in villages. People don't have concrete houses. So the destruction that happened today, this is not a new thing. It had been happening for several years, and people, that's the reason they leave their homes back and come back and settle somewhere for better opportunities. Why was garbage termed as gold? Obviously, number C, they sold recyclable products in enough cash. All right, so gold means in this case it is important for them, valuable for them. What explanation does the author offer for children not wearing footwear? Option D, became a tradition to stay barefoot in a perpetual state of poverty. Perpetual means one after another after another. The grandfathers have had the same problem as the fathers and the children. So yeah. Option A, garbage to them is gold. Which literary device is this? It's a literary device. You've studied that in standard 8, 9 and 10. Hyperbole is a way of speaking. I've also, instead of just giving hyperbole, simile, alliteration, allegory, I've also explained what an hyperbole is, or a simile is, so that you can identify if your option was correct. Your option was correct if you chose option A, all the others are wrong. It's very obvious that it's wrong. Next, how is Mukesh different? Option C, he did not believe in the God-given lineage. Whom does the author Anees Jung blame for the plight? Option A, middlemen, policemen, lawmakers, bureaucrats, and politicians. What are two major health problems? This is the question. In case you think I'm going too quick, you can pause the video. You will have the question, you will have the options and the answer on this side as well. Option B is the correct answer. Why do people migrate from villages to cities? Option D, a possible combination of all the above, which means you have to go through all of them. Yes, this is again a question related, because education that you have should be related to your real life situations, to your current day-to-day activities. This is a very important question. The Child and Adolescent Labor Act, Prohibition and Regulation Act of 1986. When we say child labor, what is the age? What is the cutoff age? 11, 12, 14, 15, of course 14 years of age. So if someone is 15 years of age, that person can start working, that person can be employed. It's very young. 15 is really young. Okay, next topic was deep water. Which two incidences gave Douglas the fear of water? Option A is the correct answer. Then if you think number D, you should have noticed that this is young women's YWCA. Okay, in the prose it was YMCA, Young Men's Christian Association. Trick question again. Which factors made Douglas favor the YMCA pool? Obviously it was safer than deep water. Why did Douglas feel? Right. Okay, what did Douglas feel and do in the first few seconds when he was thrown into the water? Option A, of course, did not lose heart. Yeah. How did the instructor build a swimmer up for Douglas? Option C. Then moving on. What efforts did Douglas do to get over his aquaphobia? Option B. Why was he so motivated? Option C. Then I crossed to oblivion, the curtain of life fell. This is, of course, deep water. Question D, when did Douglas say this? In the last moment. Trick question, Douglas did not say this. The statement was said by Martin Luther King Jr. Obviously, that's a redundant question. Why did Douglas know about his service to the United States? Option A, Supreme Court judge. He did not set up KFC. No, he did not help Donald Trump. Nothing, obviously. Option A is the correct answer. What was the impact of the misadventure? Option C. Long question. Pause the video, read the question. Option B is the correct answer. It's there in the book. As I've been asking you to do this, always sit for a test after you have read the text properly. It's very important. This is one of the questions which test your capacity. If you got this answer correct, good job. Moving on to the next chapter, Indigo, Ramkumar Shukla, answer sharecropper. Right. Why do you think the servants of R. Prasad's house think that Gandhi was another peasant? That is obviously because of the way Gandhi dressed. Yes, that's because the way Gandhi dressed. I have zoomed in actually, so that you can get a better view of the letters. Servants of Prasad house because of option C, he was dressed in the way he did. Why he was termed resolute, option D. Gandhi agree only 25%, option D. Again, I'm telling you, if you think I'm going too quick, you're not being able to catch up, pause the video and watch the questions. Because you only have a limited time, you cannot, stretch on the video for 30 minutes. You obviously will switch off the video and go off and watch something better. There is so much of distraction all over. And this video has already run on for 11 minutes, so I really need to make it quick. What was Gandhi's message? Option B. Then question, answer option A. Option A is the correct answer. Who owned the farmlands? Obviously the British landlords, not the government, not Indian zamindars, neither it was owned. How did Gandhi oppose the idea? Option C. Yes, option C. Choose the correct places. Now this is again a basic question of common sense in your geography about India. So this is Lucknow, Calcutta, Patna, Muzaffarpur, Champaran. That is the correct answer. Obviously Panaji is in Goa, Kozhikode is in Kerala, Udaipur is in Rajasthan. So none of these are a part. So if you have read this story, you would know which is the correct answer. Right, important question. Option D is the correct answer. Now this is yesterday's test. It says chapter test is my mother at 66, but it was my mother at 66 and keeping quiet, both questions. What was childhood fear? Option C. Young trees sprinting, option B. If this video is getting too boring for you, hold your patience. I'm going to finish it in the next 2 minutes. These questions are important. You are both students now, and you need to be very careful with these questions. You'll be asked questions, and you scoring well in the boards are really important. What are the young trees? Option B. Whoops. What option is this? The trees were actually running like a Jumanji movie. Have you seen the Jumanji movie? I really enjoyed it. Why did Kamala Das bring out the image? Option C. Kamala Das put her thought of a mother. Option D. Yeah. Next question. Option A is the correct answer. It will be an exact moment. As you can see, it says mother of 66 because in my portal I cannot choose both the chapters. So this is from Keeping Quiet Pablo Neruda. Option C. Correct answer. Option A is the correct answer of this question. Who are we over here? Human beings, obviously. Counting 12 again. Still, option C is the correct answer. Here is option C. Well, in the last question, what does the earth teach us? Option D is the correct answer. Yes, as you can see, this is the last one. I promise. Option C and option D are very similar. Option D has some extra information. Here the word stillness is the clue. The word stillness is there in the first 2 lines of the poem. So if you've read the poem, you would know option D is the correct answer. That's all for today. Thanks for patiently watching this video. Have a good day. Bye.